Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Talisha, also known as CreativiTeeByT, and today I would like to talk about the gaps in my wardrobe, specifically pants. So what leads me to this conversation that I'm going to have with you is that I recently did a major closet purge and I didn't have much to wear other than the most recent makes that I have been making, along with a few other pieces that I've had that were ready to wear. But I have been working on replenishing my wardrobe by adding tops, so I have made several tops. However, I have only shown one, but I also need bottoms, and I am going to start replenishing those by making pants to start with. So as I mentioned, I have been working on making tops, and although I haven't posted and shared all of the tops yet, I decided to go ahead and share my thought process and the patterns that I am going to be using to make pants, because I am actually getting ready to make a pair of pants this coming week, and I wanted you all to get an idea of what type of pants that I am planning to make to go along with the style of tops that I have been making. So again, I have many gaps in my wardrobe, which I'm currently working on to fix, and it seems to be going well. And those gaps includes tops, bottoms, and separates, layering pieces, and all that good stuff. And today, like I said, we will talk about the pants, and I will continue to fill the gaps in my closet, and I will do separate videos as I do those different items, so just stay tuned for that. So I need lots of bottoms, especially pants, because of the winter coming up, and I do feel the need to wear seasonal clothing because I do live in a climate where we experience all 4 seasons, and it gets really cold here in the winter because we basically live on one of the Great Lakes, which is Lake Michigan. So I need thicker fabrics during the winter time in order to be comfortable. Now, although I want to be comfortable, you already know that I still want to look cute and trendy, and I also want pants that are going to be suitable for the office because I want to wear them there as well. So I want my garments, while filling these gaps, to be multi-functional. So in the past, I used to wear a lot of wide leg pants, and I'll actually insert some pictures of those pair of pants with me in them. And while I am still okay with them and I still wear them, and to be honest, I've only made 2 pair of pants for myself, and both pair were wide leg. However, that is not the look that I'm going for with my everyday wear type of pants. I think wide leg pants look good with certain types of tops, but not all of them. So I'm going to go for a more traditional, standard type of leg cut, so that the pants are more versatile and can be styled with pretty much any type of top. So the pant styles that I think looks best on my body type and for everyday wear that will pair most with anything is a simple straight fit, slim fit, and possibly some bootleg or flare. And I only want to sew patterns that do not have like zippers or faux flies. I'm not here for that right now. I want to sew up pants that are going to be quicker and easier, and I only want to kind of like sew pants that have more like elasticated type waist and or flat fronts with elasticated backs. And I have picked out several patterns that will fit the bill and are considered easy. So I will go ahead and share those patterns that I will be using to make my pants with you now. So for this first pattern that I picked up, I am actually planning to cut into this weekend. And this is Simplicity 1165, and I will go ahead and put that pattern in the screen so that you can see it better. And I have heard really great things about this pattern by way of Instagram and YouTube, and I have picked up several of these because these pattern companies sometimes have a way of getting rid of the patterns, and they are no longer available even though people are actually still making them and buying them. And you know, I purchased several just to make sure that if I like this pattern as much as others like it, I will have another one to fall back onto if I change pattern sizes, or should it become discontinued, which I actually heard that it has been discontinued, but I'm not sure. The other reason why I picked this pattern is because this pattern is giving me everything that I feel I need in pants right now, which is the elasticated waist, a slim leg option, a straight leg option, and of course pockets. This pattern is considered an easy to sew pattern, which usually means that it is a quick pattern to sew up. And if you are not a beginner, you probably will still have no struggles, and the easy to sew patterns are generally easy to wear. So this pattern description is Mrs. Slim pull-on pants or above the knee length shorts and short shorts. So there are a total of 4 views on this pattern, with views A and B being different views on the pants. However, the style is the exact same. It's just that view B is cut on the crosswide or bias, which causes you to actually use more fabric. So as I previously mentioned, I am planning to make this on this coming weekend, and I am using a plaid fabric to make this, and I will go ahead and show you what the fabric looks like. So this is what the fabric looks like here. It's just green and black plaids. So one thing about this pattern is I noticed that the pocket style is one that has fabric that is visible on the outside. So I do have to make sure that I match up my plaids not only with the front and back pant pieces, but also with the pocket pieces. So that is something that you may want to think about when considering sewing this pattern. Also, some people use scrap fabrics for their pocket pieces when they are making solid colored pants, but again, that will show up if you use this pattern, and it will be extremely noticeable if you do that. So again, it may not look right. However, if that is the look that you're going for, then it will definitely work out. So you should see this pants pattern with me in it posted within a week or so, once I get photos taken, and I will put up a review on YouTube, and I will also post it on Instagram so that you can follow up with my experience while using this sewing pattern. But in the meantime, I will share a few pictures from sewists who have sewn this pattern so that you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So the second pattern that I picked out is McCall's 8057, and this is also called Emily McCall's. So the description for this is Mrs. Elastic Waist Short or Pants. So you have your shorts, tapered or straight leg pants that's below the waist, and it also has an elastic waist. Views A, B, and C are loose fitting through the hips, and they have side pockets. And views D, E, and F are semi-fitted through the hips, and they also have pockets. So I like this pattern for several reasons. The first reason is that you get 2 types of styles within this pants pattern, unlike the Simplicity 1165 that I just showed. The 2 types that this pattern offers is the tapered leg that looks like Simplicity 1165, and you also have the straight leg, which is just a little wider towards the bottom. The other reason why I like this pattern is because you have the side pockets within the seam. So if you ran out of fabric, or if you're working with plans and you don't feel like matching the plaids or whatever the print may be, you don't have to worry about that showing with the pockets. So that's something to consider. I also like that fact that they are made to be loose fitting around the hips, because sometimes you just don't want your fabric hugging you in those areas, especially like if you're going to work. So this is definitely a pattern that I will be sewing up, and I will be sewing this one up in the very near future. It's right after, honestly, I finished this 1165, so I will be able to compare the differences between the two patterns. And because the simplicity pattern only has the one style as far as how it's shaped, I will probably sew up the straight fit on this pattern to get an idea of which one feels best and looks best within the coordinating pieces in my wardrobes. And I can always take some pins and taper the bottoms of the pants to get an idea of how the pants will look and feel tapered with the loose fitting hip area. So that is my plan for McCall's 8057. So this third pattern that I picked up to make is another simplicity pattern, and it is Simplicity 9376, and the description for this is Mrs. Pull-On Trousers. This pattern has variations for pleats or pin tucks, all with side front pockets with options for waist ties, belt loops, and top stitching. So when you finish the bottom of the pants with this pattern, you will have a cleaned finished hem. You will have the option of having cuffs, or you can use elastic to bring in the bottom of the pants. Now this pattern also has a feature that is not highlighted on this pattern, but it has a flat front and elastic back, which is the reason why I picked this pattern up. So I didn't even notice this while scanning across it because it's not on the pattern cover or the back of the pattern. But Sarah of Knotty Gnome Crafts picked this pattern up during one of her pattern hauls and pointed that feature out. So I ran to Joann's during one of the next pattern sales to pick it up, because this style is probably the closest style that you can get that looks very detailed and tailored without adding a fly or a zip and all that other stuff that I'm just not in the mindset to do at this time. This style, in my opinion, looks the most tailored and professional of all of the patterns for pants that I picked up and am going to use. Now, that's not to knock the other styles though, because as long as you use nice fabric and it's sewn up nicely and you style them with your garments appropriately, that won't be an issue. Each view also has a seam in the middle, so this is definitely versatile, but you are not going to whip this up as fast as the previous two patterns, but you would definitely get great results. And now one thing that I will say is that I do like for my pants to go at least a ½ inch past my ankles. So because I have such long legs, I know that I will have to lengthen this pattern, but honestly, that's true for all patterns generally that I make. So just know if you have longer legs like me that you may need to lengthen this if you wanted to hit a certain spot on the bottom of your leg. So this next pattern that I plan to use is Butterick 6865, and this is also a new pattern, and the description for this is, wait for it y'all, Mrs. Pants. Duh. I thought that was so funny. I'm like, really? But anyway, so when I dove in deeper on the website, there is another section that says Mrs. Pull-On Pants with elasticated waist, pockets, and hem variations. Now, there's only two views with this pattern, and the difference between the two views is how you finish the bottom. Either you are going to use elastic or you will make a standard hem. This pattern seems to be very easy, and it is actually rated easy, but the reason why I like it is because it seems semi-dressy. Usually when the job has like dress down days, I don't dress down because I don't have a lot of like dress down type of casual clothing. So this pattern, in my opinion, gives me the option of wearing dressy type joggers. So that's the reason why I picked it up, one of them. The features that I like on this pattern are, of course, your finishing options, and this has a waistband that you can insert a drawstring through. So I really like that. I also like how big the pockets look, but again, you will need to match up your plaids and prints if you are not going to use fabrics that are solids or have prints that are not directional. So I'm interested to see how this pattern turns out. So I do have some fabrics that I plan to use to make these patterns. I have already shared the plaid fabric, and I will show you again really quickly so that you can kind of get an idea again and freshen your brain. So this is the plaid fabric, and that's the one that I'm going to be sewing next week. But I have a couple of other fabrics that I am going to use to make these pants, but I'm undecided as to which pattern to pair the fabrics up with. So I'm just going to show you the fabrics and just know that they will be a pair of pants from one of these patterns. I'm just not sure which one. So here is the first fabric, and this is just like a black and gray herringbone type of fabric, and it's a flannel shirting. So it's going to be nice and thick. And here is the second fabric, and this is the same, it's just a different color. So this is the brown family, because for all of these fabrics minus the first pair, I'm trying to go for neutral colors so that they can kind of mix and match with most anything. So those are the first three fabrics, and I'm still pondering about a fourth fabric, like what I'm thinking it will be, and I'm kind of thinking I need to get something in the blue family, but I'll definitely share that once I pick that up. So I am sure by you all looking at these four patterns, you can definitely see the similarities, but you can also notice the differences, that they were enough to buy all four. So I'm okay with the fact that I got the four patterns, because I'm gonna get a little bit of something from each one. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about my plans for making pants to help fill the gaps in my wardrobe. I will definitely need to make more than 4 pair of pants, but I think this will be a great start. So I am excited to get started. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you have not done so already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and please click the gray notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a video. And thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers, and let me know in the comments again what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.